Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Soumya HD, and I'm a EP counseling psychologist. From today, we are going to talk about. Today I'm going to talk about social media, if it's a boon or a curse. So, with that, as I said, we are going to talk about social media. Mm, as we know, without social media today in this present world, we cannot live. And we use mobile, we use laptops, we use tabs, and whatnot. Anywhere, anytime, even in the bathroom, we need our mobile and we keep working. Especially after the lockdown has started, most of us are working from the home, and sometimes it's very comfortable. Same time, it's a lot of time consuming when we are using, right? So today it's a challenging thing, like to all of our overall the this webinar is going to be about social media and the tips and a little bit of tips how to use it in a wise way, and some of the cons of it, some of the pros of it. So everything is about social media. Yeah. So as I said, technology has made a huge advantage when we see from the evolution of our communication. Yeah, like each and every person, the important things today in this world is communication, right? uh, as we see down the line, somewhere we humans have reduced the communication with each other, and we do communicate through the phones. However, communication plays a major role in our life, right? Without communicating to others, we cannot live alone in this world. So some of the things that we use, like previously, if you see, it was face to face. We used to go and send the letters, or send the mails to people initially, but now it is all in a seconds that we can just tap in the WhatsApp, and the other person will be able to know what we are thinking and what we have to talk, right? So that's what, like, as I said, there's an evolution. Like, if you see the early man, he started, doing simple text in the, stones. And after that, somewhere we started with the letters, and we used to send through the pigeons in King's ages. And later on, if you see, the radio came and the television came, and then phone we started using. And yes, then the website has come. If you see previous, like at least maybe 10 years, if we go back and if we see the mails, how we used to write the mails, it's a little bit quite different, right? The features has changed, the methods that we use to communicate with others, to post, to talk about something, everything has changed. And every year there is one or the other improvement with the social media, because the world needed it more. And finally, now you see, we have a lot of things like LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Yeah, lot of things to communicate with others, to explore and to show our talents, or office wise, to grow our business. Internet and social media has been a huge role. That's how communication started from the scratch, somewhere in the stone, to now it's like instant messages. So what is social media, or what is social networking in case? So it is an internet based, and it is built on some of ideologies and technological foundations, where with the help of the web, it is just like we create, and we allow others to create and exchange the contents and our thoughts, our opinions, and engage with each other. So that is what is social media or social networking is all about. So types of social media, if I have to say, there is more than this. However, if you see, major thing that is rolling around us, or all around, is this few things. first one is social networking. If I have to say social networking, I think it is very easy for you when I say Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram and others, Snapchat, and all this is like social networking. Video hosting sites like video hosting site like YouTube and Jenny YouTube and Pinterest, Flipboard, and all others are video hosting sites, right? Community blogs, if you say like growth hackers, and some of the blogs like Hindu newspaper has, and Times of India has. People do have blogs to write different opinions. Maybe especially for science there is a blog, for research there is a blog, and for teaching parenting styles there is a different blog, for psychology, for the news, and for the political news, for everything there is a blogs. And even right now in this situation, like people, if you see, even the youngsters have the blogs, writing their opinions, they're writing their stories. Yes, there is a lot of community blogs has come up within the span of 10 years, right? Social review sites where, like I hope everyone would have reviewed one or the other restaurant, or if you buy some clothes, or if you have ordered in the Amazon, or Flipkart, or any other media, you would have reviewed, right? You would have put the picture of the item that you have bought. You would have reviewed if it is nice or if it is not nice, right? Through that also people are earning money these days, right? Like reviewing and writing, that also has become much. Yeah, that is also social media, where you use a platform to express yourself and express what you feel and how you feel about particular products, right? Image sharing sites, as I said, Instagram, bucket, and also if you see like many other apps like your Snapchat also allows that, and even Telegram and Hike. There is a lot of places where you could, Google Plus, yes, they're all image sharing sites where you can share your images and show others, your closer ones, friends, saying that I have gone here, I've traveled here, I've done this one. Yeah, we all do that. We all do that to show. It has become like this. If you see in the old age, like people used to travel all the way to see some marriage or wedding or any event that occurs. But right now it has become to the stage where we can through the live show that even though people cannot come and attend the wedding, yes, they can still see the live. This has become very famous, during the COVID, especially personal experience. Many of my friends, they did go live, they made a live so that everywhere, people all over the world, they can see their wedding, and they can get connected through, media. That is also one of the, major change that has brought, like going in person to watching in the screen, right? Discussion sites, when I say discussion sites, read it, digest, dig in, and also other questionnaires, whenever you feel like okay, this, how is this app, and or how is this site working, or if you don't know any topic, like especially for the students, for the children's, when they go to the sites, when they ask like I can't solve this problem, how to solve this problem, what is the what is the equation and result of it, everything is there. Why? Because constantly people are getting connected to the social through social media. Constantly people are answering those questions, and especially when it comes to education sector, it has been a great help, this discussion site. For example, even if you have to take some service, like like Urban Clap, or you want to take service from any other place, saying that if this place is okay for you, if this place is not okay for you, if you go and type it down there, yeah, many people will start commenting, okay, you do this one best, maybe you can do this one. Recently I came across this thing in the Facebook. It said, like one of the person, it's related to psychology. The person has said that I'm not able to sleep, I feel anxious, I'm not able to function properly, I feel bored, I have lack of interest. And I saw the comments below. People started commenting so many suggestions, options and so many places that you can go to this place and you can go to this person for the counseling. Same thing, I also saw, if people post saying that, okay, I need a photographer, I need someone a person, a broker, everything is there in social media, right? Even to search a lease house for yourself or a PG for yourself, still everything is available. For dance classes, for any classes, for anything, it is just there. So bookmarking sites like, Pinterest and Flipboard, and also cloud, many places where we store our information. It has gone like this, from pen drive and from CDs and DVDs, player, from there to, somewhere we can keep in the cloud, and anytime you want any information, you can get from there and you can see your photos, right? That way, yeah, those are kind of bookmarking site. And consumer reviews, like as I said, you go to Swiggy, Zomato, TripAdvisor, and Mahindra, anywhere you just go and you review. Those are, consumer reviews. So what happens? What is happening in this world right now? Social media and social networking is one of the sites where you can't even imagine without, touching your phone or opening anything. Even if we are feeling bored, it's kind of olden days. If you have to see, we have to go to movie theaters to find that entertainment, or you want to you have to take that snake and ladder board or anything, and anything like, the traditional games, you have to take and you have to go and sit outside and play. But now it's not like that, right? Anywhere, anything that you want, it's just there in one button. Even cash, if you have to, previously, if you need some cash, we have to go to the bank or ATM, write a check, or go to ATM and take, right? Now it is nothing like that. It's there in your mobile, like Google Pay, Phone Pay, and yeah, all Amazon Pay. There is a lot of things where you can use, and you can just get pay for the rent, pay for the bill, pay for the electricity. That changes, that impact it as well. If you ask me, like, where, like, how politically, business, and youth, how they are getting attracted, how it's impacting them. Yes, actually social media has a greater influence in our life. If you say politically, yes, if you see the campaigns when the election is coming, and how people are doing the election campaign, yes, through media, right? They use newspaper, they use Facebook lives, and they say this person has been doing this, and this person has given this much to the people. That way it is kind of having influence in our brain, right? What we select, or where we are going to head, or what we are doing, right? Impact in the business, you all know, like, even the call centers, when it came to COVID, everyone started working from the home, and it is the biggest change that we, as a human beings, adopted during this COVID time. And we stay in the home, wherever we are in the bed or we are in the washroom, still we are working. Yeah, that way it has really helped us, right? It also helps us. So if a person, if you ask me how, what are other ways in the business field it can be helpful? Of course, you being here in your office, sitting in your office, you can talk to abroad people, right? You can go live, you can explain the product, you can sell your product, and you can build customers more, or you can improve your business. That way, yes, it has improved. When you say youth, it is a great impact. Why I'm taking particularly youth is it's a great impact social media is making in a youth's life. If you have a children who are 18 to 25, 18 to 30, they will be influenced in a media, like social media, or TV, whatever they are seeing, right? It has a great influence on their life. Every person, at that age, they might be having the idol, like this is the person that I follow. And more of all, the things, the images, the promotions that they see, you would have noticed, your children would have asked me, mommy, buy me this particular thing, I want to have this cycle, or I want this bike one. Where is that influence is coming from, right? The more they see, the more they use certain things, and the more they know or read in the Google about some product or something. Yes, it is getting attracted, it is attracted, sorry, it is very attractive to go towards that, and yes, they want it, right? Not only that, it is not about those things, it is also about how they're expressing themselves. If you see social media, their your children's or personally yours also, you might be working, but same time you have a lot of passion, dance or cooking, or anything like maybe some art. Yes, it's a platform where you can express yourself, right? Maybe you might be having a page, or you're expressing about how you feel, what you feel, right? Youth, especially, if you see, they kind of have connection groups, right? Recently what I seen in India is like Korean series, Korean things has become very popular. How it has changed that much, right? If you see 15 years back, we don't even know, it's the smallest country of, it's the smallest tiny bit of a place in the world. But now K-pop songs and Korean serials has gone to extreme. It has gone to so extreme that it is there in our apps, our Indian built apps. They have the Korean series, right? Even Spotify, everywhere. Like they have the influence. How? It's through the media. If they have influenced you through the media, and yes, and it has a positive and both negative things. But however, we can reach anywhere in the world you are there, you can still become a testimony or example to someone else, right? You can build them up and you can start. And especially when I was kind of researching what made the difference, this Korean serials or Korean K-pop songs this much famous, I kind of realized they have discussion groups, like a group, a band, like for K-Stars one, or BTS one, and they constantly they keep discussing about their idols and the songs, new songs, and what is new things that is coming. That is how they are into something. And yes, it is also sometimes if you see there is some social cause, right? Raising a fund for something, raising a fund for the floods. Yes, youth are the ones who are going forth, and they are raising funds, and they're expressing their opinion. They have a freedom of speech because of the social media, right? So it's just the thought and self-realization. Can you be without your cell phone completely a day without using your cell phone? Nowadays it has become like oxygen to our body. We cannot, because some of us are working from home, some of us are need, like maybe if you're a single person in the home, you feel lonely, so you need phone. You completely want to use the phone. If you're, especially if you see children today, 1 year back, if we compare the usage of the phone, today is more, because as a parent you might it's a very challenging task for you, because you have to give your phone or a new phone for the child to see the online class, right? But being a working parent, you might not be doing what the children are doing with the phone. Not only after the class they're using the phone constantly. They're playing PUBG, or they're playing replacement of the PUBG or any other games, or they're going to the different sites. Sometimes it can be dangerous. And because children are very sensitive, they don't know what to do and what not to do at the age. So sometimes monitoring does help. And also children may be watching you as a parent, they might be watching how much we are using phone, right? I'll be talking about that more. However, some of the pros, before I go ahead, let's see some of the advantages or cons of using the social media, right? So if you say, yes, as I said, it's a worldwide connection. You might be in India, but you can still get connected till Africa, USA. You can do anything with one click of one click on the button, right, in the laptop or your phone. Community interest, yes, it is also builds kind of interest, like as I said, fundraising or some social cause. When if I have to recall, when there was a flood in Chennai, the youth and the people over they started, putting videos, right? Uploading videos. This place can help. Even in the Kerala, they all supported each other, and they were able to, take the, food and necessary things to the place. So that way, yes, it builds kind of interest. Real-time information sharing. Sometimes, yes, it is a reality, real time, whatever you're doing. Some people I've noticed personally, my clients, I've noticed, even if when they are eating, they are sleeping, I'm gonna sleep, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna, do this. And so that way, yes, it is kind of information is being passed. And when I say real time information, like for example, for the COVID, every time you call, you hear, information about COVID, one way or the other. Yeah, I do know it is very annoyed, or you feel irritated, keep hearing the same information, but that's very important. You keep getting messages about COVID, and how to go get the vaccine, and what are the improvements the government has made, and what's happening, how many people are infected, and especially Arogya app, right? So it's kind of real time information that you get through the news and through the media, right? Targeted advertisement. Maybe you want to advertise your product, your company. Yes, that is one of the biggest advantage. Increase news cycle speed. You don't need to wait till tomorrow. In the olden days, if you have to see, you have to wait till next day morning to know whether the school is holiday or not, or whether tomorrow band is there not, or if there is a band, or if any other information, you kind of have to wait. But now it's not like that, because it's just there in your hand. You just need to scroll, right? Excuse me. Then if you have to say, it helps you to connect with the people, right? Inexpensive means for socializing. Of course, you don't need to even spend 1 rupee or a 2 rupee for the letter, to bring the letter, sheet, and write down and put the stamp and post it. It's kind of, it's just there in your fingertip, where you can send message to your loved ones, your principal of the schools or colleges, or your managers. You can send the mails. It's just there in one click. Then lifeline of our nation. Of course, it has brought great changes, right? In one shot, when Modi ji said that demonetization has happened, and you can't use this money, at one shot that evening itself, the news started spreading, and we were aware that we cannot be using the old notes. Yes, so it's kind of lifeline. Anything that is happening in the nation, whatever it is happening, we keep getting updates. Even the leastest person has harmed. Like for example, if you see the recent news, the Zomato, when they use app, and the lady was hit, and there was an issue, right? I think everyone must be knowing, at least people who are in the Bangalore, how it turned out to be, how the lady used the media to influence people. When it came to the light, people were able to hear both sides. That also happened through the media only. Even though when the beginning of the issue, it was like only blame was put on the man. As they explored, yes, both the sides they were able to hear, and they were able to judge. And watchdog of the nation, of course, any threat, any harm, any thing is passed, information is passed. Yes, cybercrime has been watching, and they are the watchdog, and they know what is happening in the country, and what messages people are passing, and how it's passing. Everything they know it. Social media, it's like free messages, free callings, and yeah, you don't need to even call. You, if you use Airtel or any other network, calling was chargeable. We used to pay like 50 paisa, 1 rupee or 150 rupees, if you see 6 years back. Now calling you can do in the WhatsApp, so you don't need to pay for the calling as well, right? That changes it has brought. It's a huge change, and it's a huge opportunities, as I said, for the companies and startups. When I say, many people in the Instagram, they start their own pages, and they start their own company, and they kind of promote their product. Even the smallest thing, even maybe sanitizers, maybe earrings, maybe promotion for the counseling. For example, we ourselves, we are able to today, we are able to reach you only because of the social media. So that improvement it has caused, right? Tremendous increase of living standards for the individual. Even the person who is uneducated, still he can, learn something if he has a mobile and internet. Why I'm saying this is, if you see YouTube channel, the way it has grown recent times, and even the uneducated people, they are able to earn 1 lakh to 2 lakh. How? Because they're just showing their talents, their personal talents. For example, maybe cooking show, or just telling about the saris, or this place is good for the shopping. You all might have noticed, right? It is increasing thing, and anyone can yeah, use it wisely and can prosper their life through the social networking and media. People are able to express their views and opinions and understand others views as well. If I have to give example for this, see, even the recent actors death, we are continuously having deaths, right? Maybe it's because of the suicide, or it's because of the COVID, but people are able to discuss in the media. Even if there is any misunderstanding, people are able to clarify, right? Especially in this particular thing, Twitter is being used really wisely. If you have to notice, many people they express their opinions. If any leader has posted something, they have a freedom to express themselves and say, this is our opinion and this is wrong, this is not good. For example, recently I saw the people of the Bangalore, they kind of started raising a question saying that elderly people should not be called for the hospitals or nearby centers to take the vaccination, because there are people who cannot walk, or disabled people, and when they go for the hospital, they have to sit with everyone, and they are the most prone people to get the COVID. So people raise the question, and they kind of gave the they kind of as the opinions of the people, ask them to rate and ask them to vote for them. Yeah, it did raise it was a, I don't know if that issue got sorted, but that was something interesting, right? They have freedom of speech, and they can still express their views, and they can communicate with other people for the opinions and for the help, right? Even if your dog, your pet is gone, still social media is being useful, and they can circulate and say, okay, this is this, and they do find out through the social media. So yeah, it's a more advantage than disadvantage. We have more advantages. Last point, if I have to say, cybercrime, which is last prevailing concern. Yes, of course, when you're using social media, and the more who goes and changes every time password, who goes and logs off, or who goes and keeps protecting the phone, it's kind of complicated, and it's an impossible thing. However, if there is anything like that, the government has been really taking a lot of precautions. If you see, there is a lot of departments which has come closer to just monitor what is happening in the online. And yeah, as I said, the importance of it, we are going to see the background, right? So cons, if I say, backlashes. These days, if you see, there is a selfie syndrome everywhere. If you see, even from small kid to the eldest one, we kind of have this thing, like every time we want to take selfie and post. But sometimes it can be dangerous. Sometimes there are stalkers, there are people who are watching everything that you do, right? It can be dangerous. And when it comes to showing your personal things to the people, it is up to you where you have to draw the boundaries. If you're trying to expose everything, yes, you will be in trouble. Just imagine like a person who is putting everything in the status, like everything in the Facebook, like, I have this home, I live with these 2 dogs, and I love this person, and this is the thing, it is happening, I had this, I'm going right now this. What if someone comes and steals things in their house, or what if something happens to the person, right? So yeah, you need to be very careful. And when I say selfie syndrome, um people are really like, using even the photos for the unnecessary things. You need to be really mindful of what you're posting, or if you're posting, you should be able to take the responsibility for, whatever happens, right? Cyberbullying and crime against the children, yes, there is lot of cyberbullying. If there is any person whom even in the company they don't like other person, yeah, it is directly they can just, start abusing them in the social media, or they can do anything using their Facebook or Instagram profile. Yeah, this has been there. And it's my personal experience, like, one of my friend, who is a little bit close to me, I got shocked. She kind of, went to the class, and she was able to hack her, boyfriend's mobile, and she was showing how she's chatting, and what reply is going to him, and what is he typing. Same time, whom is he talking to? So no one is safe when it comes to, social media. No one is safe, but you need to know how to use it, how to protect it, right? We are going to talk about that. There are risks of frauds and unidentified theft. When I say your passwords, like, bank passwords, or because we are a people, we are busy people, sometimes we don't know, like, we don't write in books, we kind of type in the things and we keep right in the mobile or Evernote, whatever it is. So that way you need to be very careful what you're putting in the phone. Time waster. Simply, you might be wondering, like, you might say that, okay, this 1 hour I'm going to sit and I'm going to, watch TV, or watch series in the mobile, I'll watch Netflix, but you won't even realize you would have sat for 3 or 4 hours, right? This can cause, lack of communication in the home, or sometimes there are people, they carry phone on the, dining table, they carry everywhere, they're constantly, checking mails or messages, or, they're chatting with the people, or they're kind of constantly getting connected to, people through social media. Sometimes, if you have a kids, it's very challenging to take care of the children, because they wouldn't listen to you, right? So one way to balance this is like, you as a parent, you need to be an example, you need to have some curfew for yourself. Okay, this time I'm not going to use the mobile, so no one is going to use the mobile. Or you are a single person living alone, maybe just drop your mobile somewhere, and, you take that rest. I'm saying that I won't be touching this mobile right now, right? uh, uh, Invasion of privacy. Sometimes, yes, of course, when it's a corporates, everything is monitored. Your privacy, whatever you're keeping in the company, if it is a big companies, they do monitor what is happening with your phone. If you're using for the company purpose, they have certain rules and regulation. That way, it is like your things is not private, it's kind of public, right? As I said, cybercrime, yes, there is lot of things, people sharing videos that has been used for something else, or photos, it's been used for something else, or they kind of hacked the phone. This was also a recent thing that has happened to one of my friend, where, they hacked her WhatsApp, and they kind of started asking money, creating other phone. I don't know how they made the WhatsApp screen to look like hers. They made that, and they chatted with the people, and they took money from her. And after that, she has to post in the WhatsApp saying that, don't send, if anyone asks money, don't send, I'm not the person who is asking the money, and those things. And she went and complained to the police. So addiction, yes. When I say addiction, it is not about smoking or drinking. Addiction in holding the mobile, right? That is also addiction. When you're continuously in touch with the mobile, you kind of, it is a world for you. Mobile becomes a world for you, and you won't even think like who is next to you, what is happening around you, because constantly certain small things to, instead of enjoying, we kind of become so conscious in weddings, or, even family gatherings. Even if you're going for eating outside, you want to take a picture, and you kind of post in the, you want to post it in the Instagram or Facebook. So yeah, it kind of becomes very addictive. Hackers, you need to be aware of the hackers. As I said, my friend's story, story, yeah, you need to be aware, because it's just in the tip. Know for whom you're giving your mobile. Don't give your mobile to everyone, right? Because some of the thing is private. If it's privacy for you, don't do it. It's okay to hold your mobile and say no to certain things, right? Be assertive, saying no to people, and take a back step and hold on to your private stuff, like maybe your laptops, phones, and tabs. Why am I using constantly phone? Because that is a one thing that we use more than anything else, right? Even at the bed, we keep next to our bed, and we use the phones at times. So yeah, that is a most important thing when it comes to social media. Phone is the most important thing that we constantly keep in touch, and we are using it. So when I say best practice, how can you still use a social media and be best in what you're practicing? Take responsibility for your safety. When I say take responsibility, as I said, say no to certain things. You can't give your mobile, office mobile, or something very personal things to the others. Just don't do that, because just single tap, and people can hack. The world has become so advanced, and people can do that one. So be cautious of that. Be careful with what you post. Whatever you're posting, just be careful and take responsibility for whatever you're posting in the social media. Protect your privacy. Protect, when I say protect, maybe through the logs or password. Protect it. Think before becoming social. Think before. If you're becoming a member of Facebook or Instagram or anything for that case, think about it once before you're stepping into it, right? Know about the website. Do your homework about the website. Saying that many people, if you see, you don't go and read terms and conditions of the social media. When you log in into Facebook or Instagram, you don't do that. You should know what is the terms and conditions of it. Go and read it. And especially, I just want to question, if you are able to relate to me, when you would have noticed, it's my personal experience again. I'm just bringing many examples so that you will understand. So if you're shopping something in Amazon or Flipkart, if you want to buy some cot, or some iPhone, just imagine you type it in the Google. Next morning, you'll have a list of phones. When you're trying to open, everything will be about phone. If you would have experienced that one, you can relate to me. It will be only about whether if you want to buy broomstick, or whether you want to buy colors. It'll only be about color. You can check that one, because when you are typing, yes, nothing is private. Like, it is everything exposed. Sometimes going to your setting and blocking certain things will really help you to take precaution to be safe. So how can you be safe with that? Like, those are the things. Other few things, how can you be safe? You can maintain your safety, right? While you're using social media network. As I said, there is a lot of advantages, but there are few disadvantages to it, which we have to tackle. Use a strong password. Don't Many times people use their phone numbers, they use their date of birth. Have a strong password. Okay, don't write that password and keep in the WhatsApp, or or your Evernote or something like that. Write down in some book, or keep it in the safe place where you can remember. Because if you're a person, if you're an influencer, if you're a person who is in the high profile, and you have to you want to show your face in all the social media, then you need to know how to maintain your passwords. Just write down somewhere and keep it in the safe place. That is also not reached by children, and it is only for you, right? Use a different passwords for each of your social media account. Don't just keep one password for everything. If I've seen people saying that they use from the card, that they use the card to the mail IDs, the password, phone password, bank password, everything would be same. Don't do that mistake. Maybe that is a chance for others to hack your phones and hack your information. Set up your security answers. Maybe a few questions, as even Facebook asks us, what is your favorite color, what is your favorite food, or something like that, right? Set up those things. If you have any social media app on your phone, be sure that you protect with your password. Yeah, anything that is personal, just protect with the password. Be selective of the friends. This I had to tell, because now as a growing world, people are, they are just, they can flip and turn, they can make anything. One of the thing what I can recollect is this Bitcoin. See, people, they kind of, do with the all with the live, like, online, they kind of approach the person, they ask the person to purchase, and yeah, it can be fake at times. You will be under loss believing the other person. So know your friends, whom are you going to contact, how you're talking. You should do your homework before, saying yes to the friend request. That person, because just try and go to the profile, check the profile of the person, how is he decent, is he vulgar, or what is how is it happening, or if I say yes, then what is going to happen. Just you need to do your homework when you're saying yes to the friend, because some things we need to take precaution, because it's a safety for us, right? And two other things is, click the links cautiously, because if you click all the links, whichever says open this, for example, we have this, ad saying that Amazon is giving away for the 30th anniversary this thing, or click on the link and you'll get 50,000. Click on the link and play this game that you will just, have this much. These kind of links, be cautious of it. The moment you kind of click the link, your account might be hacked. Okay. Be careful about what you share. Don't reveal your sensitive and personal information to others, right? Somewhere, like, we have to know our boundaries. When I say boundaries, it's about our physical boundaries, it's our boundaries to ourselves, boundaries to others, and boundaries to our psychological, mental health. That is very important. For example, using a long time phone can cause you addiction, right? Seeing things like, only depressed things, and only things that makes you sad, yes, that can harm you. So be very cautious of what you're saying and how you're revealing your personal sensitive information. What I notice in the youngsters and children is, if they're angry, they're putting in the status. If they are frustrated, they're directly expressing in the status, instead of the person just going to the person, reconciling with the person, talking out. They don't do that. They kind of, go to the social media. Why do we have to say to everyone what you're feeling, right? How you're feeling? Yes, sometimes validation is important, but what you reveal is also important. And of course, when I say this one, social media is also one of the cause. If person is feeling depressed or sad, we can recognize through the media or the post that they are posting. If there is a suicidal person, we can still help them through the social media. Both are there, but be careful how you're using it, right? Become familiar with the privacy policies of social media channels you use, and customize how they're customizing, how they're doing. There was a spam which was going around for the WhatsApp, saying that they are going to make it as a paid WhatsApp, and everything, your privacy will be hacked, and they will know everything, those kind of thing. Be conscious of it. And also, whatever information that you share in the social media, be careful. What is happening right now is, we don't have time, we don't have time to go and check whether this is true or this is false. So what happens is, person would have circulated 1 or 2 months back the information, right, saying that he needs help, or he needs a job. But still, if you see that keeps circulating in the social media, because people don't know whether that case has been resolved, or that need has been met, still they keep circulating. Be mindful of what you're circulating in the groups. Protect your computer by installing antivirus softwares, or keep it updated. That way your laptop is protected, right? Remember to log off whenever you're doing. I know this is not easy, and it is not easy for me as well, but to protect ourselves, it is very important to log off at times, log in and log off, so that other person, when you're giving your mobile to your wife or friends, or anybody, that won't be used in the wrong way, or it won't be used for the no, if it is personal, your own family members, like your wife or someone, still all right. But if you are working for the company and you have to keep that privacy, just be cautious of this thing. You have to log off at times. You cannot just give your phone to your friends, or knowing just person, just take, you can use the phone and you can give back. No, you cannot do that, right? So yeah, we have come to the end. Like, when you say social media, social networking, is it good or bad? That you have to know by yourself. It has given us really boon, like, because it has made our life easier. If without social media, and if we don't have internet, if we don't have access to anything, we couldn't have survived this, COVID. It would have been very difficult. Like, for us being, forward country, a country which has been, moving forward in every ways, it would have been difficult. Our financial, financially we would have got affected. Of course, social media has lot of benefits, lot of, boon to us. We have given the freedom, to choose what we want and how we want, what site to use, how to choose, and everything through the social media. Same time, you need to know how to, use of certain things, taking precautions for certain things, doing things that would, protect your privacy. For example, if we are keep on clicking on the link, that every link that comes to us, yes, as soon as you link, there is a battery drain. Sometimes you could have recognized, there is suddenly battery down. That is because the background, what your phone or laptop it is downloading and doing. You would have said yes to, when you download an app, you would have said yes to everything, right? You download an app, you say, if you don't say yes, the app will not be downloaded. You have to say yes. But you also should know, when you say yes, later on you can go to the setting and still you can change certain things. That way you're protecting yourself, what apps you have, how you're using, what you're doing with the phone. However, when it comes down whether social media network is right for you, or it is wrong for you, only you can decide that one. It's your own judgment, and your past experience can tell whether this can be good for you or it can be wrong for you. And when you're using the social media network, just be self-conscious and be self-aware, and how you're using, what you're using. If I do this one, what will happen to the other person, or what will happen to me? That way you're protecting yourself, right? Most importantly, what I have to say is, know what you're downloading, what you're uploading in your phone, and how much time that you're spending using your mobile or laptops. There are many apps which has come up, yeah, even I felt funny when my friend said about this app and this particular thing. If you use this many hours, after that the phone gets blocked, like particular app gets blocked. If you think that you have an addiction, if you're continuously using in phone, in the bed, in bathroom, in everywhere, maybe you can use that app, right? No, you can use it for a productive thing, maybe for searching, for learning something. Yeah, those are the things. But then if you're overusing the phone, and if you think there's a lot of mental trauma, when you're using it, and there is a lot of things that you feel, and you feel insecure, then you have to draw a boundary, and you need to know how to balance that one. Yeah, if you are a person who is hearing this one this afternoon, we do have mental health services that we provide, for the people, EAP Mediberi provides some EAP, counseling. So if you are a person who is out there and who is struggling with the addiction, who is not able to come out of, phone addiction, you can always, reach out to us, and we will be able to help you, right? So yeah, with that, I'm going to end. My last final judgment is, it is only you can decide what is right and what is wrong for you. You need to be wise to choose how much you have to use, how much you have to take a back step, and you have to sit back there and rest and have a good time with the family members, and yeah, go actually and communicate them, instead of sending in the group good morning, good afternoon. Yes, right? So if you have any questions, you can drop down in the in the chat, or yeah, we will be able to take. So there's a person who is asking, nowadays kids are fond of social media. They want to go to trips just to show their friends. Yes, of course. There are kids, these days, they want to show, because as I said, constantly there is, people who are, keep on going on, posting the things, saying that I've gone this, I've been doing this, and I'm doing this one, that one. So what happens to child's mind, or young people's mind, is they also want to do those things. When you see people do the dangerous things, going to the tips and tip of the mountain, taking the pictures, yes, of course it is dangerous. Of course it has a psychological relationship between these things, because it is an addiction, right? It is, as I said, one of the point in the slide, it said like syndrome, selfie syndrome, right? People are towards that one, right? To show off, people, many times, there is a research also proven saying that people who are taking lot of selfies, they have self-esteem issues. They have self-esteem issues, and there is a constant need of proving to their parents and proving to the friends and society that they are the best. They are at the top, and they're doing great. And why do people don't post the photos just like that? Instead they go to the sites to make their face bright, and yeah, if they're doing it, it's their personal thing. But however, why are they doing that, right? Excuse me. Just to show that they are the best. They have this need for the self-esteem. They have the validation. They want someone to validate those things. So if you ask me, how can you protect your children, is only by cutting down, setting certain boundaries for the children as they grow. Maybe telling them, you can use your phone this many hours, right? After that, you cannot use the phone anymore. That way, even though they are attending the class, they are doing something, yes, you are protecting. Even the children, the tiniest 1 year 2 years old kid also, people do take the phone, cell phones, and keep next to the kid for making sleep, playing the song, those things. Better to avoid those things. You can teach through the social media, you can teach the songs, or you can let them, but have certain boundaries around them. That way you're protecting your child. And instead of that time, maybe not being rude to your children, take them to the walk, or take them somewhere out, to have fun with the children. So that way you're making their life healthier and better, right? I hope I answered that question. Yeah, any other questions? Okay, there is a question saying that sometimes I really don't want to see the WhatsApp, but there is a thought in my mind that someone needs message me. How do I fix this thought? Okay, this can happen only by practice. If you have this kind of syndrome, like you constantly you want to see the WhatsApp, because your brain is tuned that way, because you've been doing that for a long time, and that is why it is tuned constantly. You keep checking on the WhatsApp. What you can do is start a slow. As I said, there are many apps which can which can actually help you out to log the WhatsApp. If you're seeing if you're seeing 20-30 times, it can get logged up, and till next morning it won't be opening, especially only that app, WhatsApp. You can try that. And yes, since it's a a behavior which you have adopted, it's very difficult to bounce back to the reality, and do something, right? Just find out what you can do apart from doing WhatsApp. That particular time when you're feeling that you want to do you want to see the WhatsApp or something, these are the few techniques that we use. Maybe you can pinch yourself and remind, saying that, okay, I'm not gonna check the WhatsApp. Or maybe you can use ball, the stress buster ball, or a pen, like this, to remind yourself anything, you can find out some actions in order to control. Still, if you're not able to back, like you cannot back off from that, just leave your phone and just go for a walk in the park, or try and keep some time for your self care. Maybe leaving your phone while you go to gym, or while you are going to meditation, while you're going out. That way you're taking over control. The control now is in the hand of your phone and the WhatsApp. That way you're taking back control for yourself, and you know how to use and when to use the phone. This is very difficult process, because if you're a person who have done this for a long time, it will be hard. So be kind on yourself, like even if 2 3 times if you fail, it is completely all right. Try and do something new and keep yourself engaged, instead of doing that. Whenever you're doing that, you just take a behind step, do something different that will help you to fix it. Any others? Okay, thank you for being a good audience. And yeah, if you still have any doubts, you can always write to us, and we will be able to answer your questions. And as I said, Medibuddy is providing EAP counseling facilities. If you have anything that you couldn't share, or you couldn't drop a message here, if anything that is personal, you can always write to us, and we will be able to reply to you. We will be able to provide the service. Thank you so much for the day. You have a good weekend, and have a good evening.
Download the Medibuddy app now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates.